Hello everyone, this is Moshe, the Electric Israeli, and welcome to my weekly video. If you are new, please subscribe and help me change the world one electric car at a time. I want to thank all my supporters on Patreon and all of my subscribers. And one of my favorite things to do in many areas of life and knowledge is to look at things that were said in the past and to see how they pan out. Did they become true? Were they complete fabrication? Were there lies? Were there truths? And when it comes to electric cars, I make a point to look at things that happened or that were said 5 years ago, 3 years ago, 10 years ago. For example, Elon Musk way back when said that in 2014, a Tesla car will drive from coast to coast with no driver. We are now in 2021. It's not happening. I mean, Tesla FSD made tremendous progress, but of course, it's not a full self-drive car, obviously. In 2019, in summer of 2019, my wife and I, like we used to do every year, we went to the New York Auto Show in New York City at the Javits Center. And there, my wife and I interviewed a couple of Rivian executives. And it was awesome. It was awesome. They were awesome. And they told us a few things, and I want to check if they are true. So let's take a look at the first part of the interview. It's very short, and then I'll make comments to see what was said and what came to be. And it's very surprising. One thing was a little bit delayed, and the other thing was actually better than what they said. And then we'll look at the second part of the interview and make comments, and you can judge for yourself. It's really one of my favorite activities. So here's the first part of the interview. With Brian. Brian, hi, how are you?
Hi, doing well, how are you?
And tell my viewers, what is your position at Rivian?
So my name is Brian Gase. I'm Chief Engineer of Special Projects. I've been with Rivian since October of 2010 as an engineer.
That's awesome. I've been following Rivian for about almost a year now.
Okay, fantastic.
You're based in Detroit, right?
So I'm out of our Plymouth, Michigan office, just outside of Detroit. We also have offices in California, San Jose and Irvine, and in the UK, as well as our big assembly plant, 2.6 million square feet in Normal, Illinois.
And this is your first time at the New York Auto Show, I assume?
First time at New York. So we debuted both the R1T behind me as well as the R1S, the 7-passenger SUV in LA last year. And this is our first time in New York. That's
great. So would you like to tell us a little bit about the specs, time, sure. When it's going to be released?
You've been following us for a year. What do you know?
I know everything.
Okay.
I really do.
All right. Let's see what you got. Give me the pitch.
But it's great. It's great to come from.
So what we have is our largest battery pack in both vehicles is 180 kilowatt hour. That'll get you a 400+ mile range in the vehicles. All of our vehicles come standard with our 4 motors, our quad motor skateboard, we call it. That gets you 3 seconds 0 to 60, the ability behind me to tow 10,000 pounds, to go through, as you see in the off-road mode here, 14 inches of ground clearance, so you can go off-road, go through 3 feet of water. And in the case of the truck, it is a 5-passenger focused on exciting driving, the duality of on-road and off-road, and to be able to hold adults comfortably. And then the 7-passenger SUV, great product for the family. I've got a wife and 3 kids, perfect for my size.
So I looked at, you're already taking reservations.
We are.
And you anticipate the deliveries next year, I assume.
Late next year, correct? Yep.
Late next year, and only for the higher battery, for the higher model.
So we'll like to launch with our most popular variants. My personal opinion, the 135 kilowatt hour still gets you a 300-mile range, good enough for basically anything you're really going to do. You can charge off of the standard CCS charge port. You'll get about 200 miles of range in 30 minutes on a DC fast charge. So very great, very capable vehicle, a little bit lighter weight because it doesn't have as many batteries in it, and a little bit faster, a little bit lower cost. That's the one that I'm excited for. So
and the charge speed is going to be like 100 kilowatt, you think?
Yeah, so it depends on the charge network, but the battery is capable of accepting 200.
200.
Yeah, so I'm not the battery guy, I'm a body engineer, but from a numbers perspective, if you think about, we're looking at 200 miles of range in 30 minutes. Our big pack's 180 kilowatt hours.
About 45. And yeah. So is Rivian thinking of like having their own charging network, or you're going to just be part of everybody else?
Yeah, so same place you can charge basically any other vehicle that runs off of the SAE standard plug, you can charge ours. We will look to build out that network, particularly for the DC fast charge, because we want to make sure there's no reason for people to not go out, have an adventure. So as you know, following us, we're an electric adventure company. We're not just about the vehicles, we're about, that's why we're showing the tent and the kayaks. We want people to get out and see the world. That's big to us.
So who would you say is your customer? Who are you going after?
So the after is very values based. People who believe in a sustainable future, people who believe in going out and seeing things and having an adventure and having fun. If your main goal is to drive to and from work every day, great, it's a fantastic product for you. It'll be zero emissions as you do that. But if you're somebody who wants to get your family, your best friends together, go off on a road trip, go and do a little bit of off-roading, go and do some more aggressive off-roading as we teach you how to use this vehicle and how capable it is, that's fantastic. That's who this is for.
Would you say that you are aiming at Tesla's future truck, or
No,
you don't care?
Not at all. I mean, I would love if every single automaker on the planet had an electric truck out. It would show what we've done that's different and unique about our product, but the faster we convert to a sustainable grid, a zero emission grid, and the faster we get to clean renewable energy, the better the world's going to be for my children and my children's children.
Right. So we are Tesla owners, and we only drive electric cars, solar panels, the whole thing. So we are big fans of we want everybody to succeed, like you said.
Appreciate
if everybody succeeds, then the world succeeds. So we wish you the best luck.
Thank you very much.
Really, we do. And we're rooting for you. We're rooting for everybody to do the same thing. We don't care who succeeds as long as everybody does.
Exactly. Perfect.
Thank you, Brian. That was a pleasure. Thank you so much. Thanks.
So as you can see, that first of all, Brian Gates is awesome dude. And the three things that always interesting to me the most is range, charging speed, which is the two top things, and of course delivery date. So it is everything he said back in 2019, and we're now in 2020, late 2021, almost 22 soon. It's true. Okay, it is a 400-mile plus range. They have a 250-mile later on, and 300-mile, and up to 400 miles range. Even though he's not the battery guy, he's the design, more the body design guy. He did speak of 200 kilowatt hour, and now I'm looking at their website. It's actually has the capability of 300 kilowatt, and that is incredibly important charging speeds. So that is fantastic. And also it is they're going to have eventually their own charging network. They're talking about 3,500 DC fast chargers in 600 sites by 2023. Good luck. We know that it's not easy, but they are going to use the Charge America network, and every you can charge it anywhere there's a CCS. You just have to pay according to the site. So it's not a big deal. So, but they are going to put theirs in some remote places because it is out there. However, deliveries of late 2020 did not come true. Please, I'm a Tesla owner. We know about delays. So it's just started now, late 2021, in small numbers. So a year delay in deliveries is nothing, absolutely nothing. So there's no beef there at all whatsoever. Okay, so let's see the second part with a different guy. This one, my wife and I did it, the interviewing. Let's see what he says, what came true, what happened since then. Here it is. Moshe is back here. I'm here with Arthur from Rivian. And Arthur, your position in...
I do product design for accessories for our car. So our brand is all about, using the car to get outside and have adventures, and what we want to do is offer a full suite of all the things that you would need to be able to do your adventure with your car. So for example, like putting kayaks on the roof, these crossbars we custom designed, and it's one crossbar that will fit in any location on the vehicle because it's adjustable position. So it'll fit on the back of the truck, which is significantly wider than the roof, but you can just collapse it together and it'll fit on the roof.
And we just spoke with Brian about the truck. This is the SUV. It's obviously a 7-seater. And I'm going to ask you the same question I asked him. Who is this car for?
This car is for really like a wide range of people, but I would say the main customer would be like a family that's very active. They care about the environment. They care about being able to get out and have adventures. It's a very capable off-roader, but also like a very comfortable around the town car. You have a lot of space. It's easy to clean out, great for kids, anyone getting dirty. And yeah, really just, you know, a little bit higher seating capacity than the truck. So if you have more people and less stuff, I would say the SUV would be the pick rather than the truck.
And we talked about it before. It's like this car is taking away all the excuses. Okay, no more excuses. You get the range, you get the charging, you get the power, you get the towing, you get the space, the comfort, and all that.
Absolutely, yeah. And we want to not only take away the excuses that people have not to buy electric cars, but take away the excuses they have not to go outside and have adventures. So you know, this car is really built all around. Even the electric platform is built around being able to get outside and enjoy nature, get out of the city, but also be super capable in the city, wherever you want to drive it. You know, save money on gas, reduce emissions, all those things.
Now, it's the same specs like the other one, 400 miles, 180 kilowatt hour battery, right?
So the maximum battery has 180 kilowatts and over 400 miles of range. Right. Standard battery is 135 kilowatts. There's a middle one that's 135, so we offer 3 batteries. And the standard range is going to get you 105 kilowatts will get you over 200 miles of range. The middle one will get you over 300, and then the maximum will get you over 400 miles of range.
That's great. Okay, thank you so much. That was awesome.
Arthur, just a few more questions if you don't mind. So how can people get a Rivian?
So right now we have a pre-order program. For $1,000 you can reserve your spot to order either the truck or the SUV or both. And then in late 2020, we'll start taking full orders, and that's when the first production vehicles are slotted to run off the line.
Great. And then they get them so it's direct sales like Tesla.
Yeah, so we have a similar model where we are selling direct to consumer. It'll be a combination of some brick and mortar sales, stores, and then some online sales. And then service will be a similar model where we have over-the-air updates. But then if you do need physical service, we'll have some pickup drop-off, and then if you live close to a service center, you'll be able to come and get your vehicle serviced on the spot.
Great, thank you so much.
As you see, this was Arthur. He awesome, cool dude. I spoke to him, my wife spoke to him, and he's in charge on accessories. And again, almost everything that they said came true. It's a powerful car, no excuses car. I call it the no excuses truck and the SUV later on. You can go, you have the range, you have the power, you have the agility, you have the rigidity, the rigidness, and it can serve you as an adventure car for your family and all that. And again, except for the delivery timing, they are following the Tesla model, direct to consumer, which is everybody loves it. No stupid dealership that nobody likes to go. So in that area, everything, all the accessories, all the specs, all the way it looks, it was then. It's now, as you know, one of the things that everybody hates is the difference between prototypes and production. Tesla cars, the prototypes and the production look the same. So is with Rivian. The prototype, that what I saw there, the prototype, and the production truck was exactly the same, and the specs were the same, and everything that they say was the same. Direct consumer was the same. Everything was the same. So it's very good. It's very refreshing. I have to say, just full disclosure, I did buy very few shares of Rivian. I was very happy a few days ago, and then it went down, but it's okay. It's no big deal. I'm sure it's going to be good. It's going to be in the long run a good investment. So it is awesome and refreshing. And you know what? It's good for Tesla. It's good for Rivian. It's good for electric cars. It's good to have good competition because everybody participates, and it's good for the environment, which is the most important thing. Okay, so that's that, guys. It's awesome to see how things looked back then and how they turned out in reality now. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you again next week.